Time for Focus Africa inside of Breakfast Extra, and our final story today. Well, we are going to South Africa, where the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial has seen more drama in courts this past week. 3 men were removed from the courtroom allegedly and are now under police investigation for allegedly conspiracy to murder. Meanwhile, Judge Ratha slammed the criminal justice system, saying it has turned South Africa into a banana republic following heated arguments over witness statements.
And also, the judge has ordered police officers involved in the alleged assault of a defense witness to testify when proceedings resume on January 19, 2026. And joining us to unpack this development, Elton Hart, attorney at the University of Johannesburg Law Clinic, and Njabulo Mlawuli, risk analyst. I hope I got your name correct. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning. I think we only have Njabulo at the moment. Njabulo, thank you very much for joining us. We will have our other guests join us, hopefully, during the course of the conversation. Njabulo, this case has gone on for so long.
Yes.
Now we have the 3 suspects that were removed from jail and also an implication on the justice system by the judge. What can you tell us generally about the Senzo Meyiwa case as it stands currently?
All right. Thank you. Good morning to the viewers at home. So at this point in time, we are currently having the defense who are presenting their case against the 5 accused persons in terms of who really was on the crime scene on the day in question, which is the 2014 October 26, when our soccer player Senzo Meyiwa was actually gunned down. So now what we've experienced in the course, the defense was actually started with accused number 1, who's Moses Sibia. And Moses Sibia had 2 witnesses that came to testify so far. The first witness was the father of the Constable Zungu, who is Absalom Zungu. We must remember that Absalom Zungu is the person that the state has made their star witness in terms of saying that he's the one that provided the breakthrough, the information that led to the arrest of accused number 1, number 2, then subsequently number 3, 4, and 5. Now, what happened in court last month is when Absalom Zungu arrived in court, he actually rebutted any information or any knowledge. He denied any knowledge of even submitting a statement to the lead investigator or even knowing what really transpired on the day in question. Now, then the second witness is also Sifiso Zungu, whom is known in court as Gwabeni. Now, this witness again is also saying that he has never met Constable Zungu anywhere in 2014. In fact, he says to court, the last time he met Constable Zungu was sometimes in 2017. But they only went to school up to like second grade in school. So now what has then happened with Gwabeni? Gwabeni was, when he was under cross-examination by the state now. The state now wanted to ask question relating to a statement that they say Gwabeni made. Now, Gwabeni has actually distanced himself from that statement, and that statement is only putting in the center the state prosecutor, which is Advocate Baloyi, and the lead investigators, which is Brigadier Gininda, as well as Mohola.
Wow, this particular situation, Njabulo, it's been going on, and of course, you know, one day there's a witness, the other day, the withdrawn statement is going back and forth. There's a lot of drama in the courtroom. But can you tell us what's the risk? What does this drama do to the security and the public trust in South Africa's legal system?
Yes, definitely. The case has been going on for over 10 years. Now, with this drama that is currently taking place, it is really making us South African to lose faith into our judicial system. That's one. Number two, it's also putting in a spotlight how capable the state can be. Because I must just say, it's not everybody in the state. It's just very, very bad and very unethical police officers that has embarked in this so-called unlawful act. Because it has appeared now that most witnesses that will come to submit in favor of the defense are being threatened. So the risk around it will be threatening witnesses who actually will be wanting to testify. It must be noted that these witnesses that are coming in, it appears as if they're not coming to testify about what they've seen on the crime scene, but they are just coming to court to tell their story, that all the things that you heard the state saying about us or about our names, it's not true. We don't know anything about that. In fact, the state officials or the state police officers have assaulted us and forced us to actually to write this statement. And it must be noted that in South Africa, the issue of assault and this of the witnesses or whistleblowers, it comes at a very sensitive time, where also in one of the commissions that is looking at our South African justice system, one of the whistleblowers was gunned down almost 2 days ago. So now from us, the risk is we remain very threatened, and the witnesses, it doesn't look like witnesses will actually want to come and testify, because every time when they're testifying, they have to state that they've been assaulted, or certain statements that have been made, they were never made by them. It was actually forced, or they were coerced.
Njabulo, I wanted to bring to your attention the fact that the judge actually invoked Section 108, which recalls witnesses back to court. But we do have a package. When we come back, I want you to tell us the implication of this, whether it's something that happens often or if it's just this one case. But let's take a look at this package here by News Central, and I'll be back to have that answer from you.
This latest drama comes hot on the heels of explosive testimony from Sifiso Zungu, who denied making a statement attributed to him by the state. According to the state, Zungu had previously claimed he was hosting the accused at Foster's hostel on the day Meyiwa was killed. The defense is now challenging the state to prove the authenticity of the disputed statement. The incident adds yet another layer of turbulences to the already protracted case, which has seen courtroom chaos before.
Those that are involved are those that are involved in the case somehow. I won't mention who exactly, but we've got solid evidence and solid intelligence on what we are saying. But we'd like to assure the nation that we're not taking this lightly. We have security measures in place. There were previous threats before against especially the investigating team in this case, the lead investigator, but there were security measures that were put in place. But this one is more, it's of a bigger magnitude.
In 2022, police officers stormed into the court and arrested defense lawyer advocate Malesela Tefo mid-proceedings. Meanwhile, public frustration amounting, with many South Africans taking to social media to criticize repeated delays and an apparent lack of transparency that has plagued the Meyiwa case for years. In Johannesburg for News Central, Wongani Sizila.
Njabulo, there you can see that witnesses are being recalled. Lawyers are, stating that I never said that in court from before. And then the invocation of Section 108, and this is very confusing for us. And we want to know exactly who's responsible or who would be responsible for the re-examination when it comes to witnesses being recalled back to court. Is it going to be the state? Is it going to be the defense? Is it going to be the court itself? And I don't know if you feel if Section 108 was an overreach at this point.
All right. I must just state that I'm not really legally qualified to comment on law, But what I can tell you, the viewers, is that in terms of the process and the proceeding, in terms of what we expect that should happen. Now, the state, remember that Kwabeni, who's the second witness for the defense, and this witness, my introduction, we explained that Kwabeni was initially a witness from the state, which the state was saying Kwabeni was the person that invited all the accused person into one space for a party or for a celebration. Now, when this witness comes to court, he says, I have never invited anybody for a gathering in 2014 on October 26. Now what then now we had is during evidence in chief, when Kwabeni, evidence was being led by Advocate Mnisi, we then started hearing very scary information that Kwabeni, whom was a state witness, was actually arrested and assaulted by the state. Even when and say this, I have actually consulted with the prosecutor almost 3 times to discuss I did not write that statement. So now, with what the judge, he wants clarity from Brig Athlenda in terms of how the statement now that was submitted as part of the court record when the case started, then this witness is distancing himself from it. It's very unusual that we see witnesses being recalled, especially when the state has already closed its case. So, but I believe because it's in a high court, I believe that it's within the framework of the court, and the High Court in South Africa do enjoy rights of making such decisions.
Well, Njabulo, do you think that the proceedings so far have been fair?
No, definitely. From South African point of view and what we know our law, our justice process is supposed to be, I can tell you now that, without contradicting myself, that the judge is actually very biased towards the state. So the proceedings are not fair for the accused persons.
Wow. And for me, I think I just wanted to ask, as a concerned citizen, and you've been following this case for so long, what should the public, be watching for, in the upcoming court sessions that's going to happen from January 2026? And, how should they hope for, do you know if they should hope that justice will be served?
Well, I must say, I've been following this case for 3 years. Reason for it was on the technical aspect of the case, because the case started being from a forensic side of finding this investigation was done using cell phone or forensic investigations. Now, from the public side of things is that we need to observe, we need to hold the state accountable. We need to we cannot relax because we don't know. It's scary for me to say that we're not even sure whether the witnesses will still remain safe, because this case has the history, at least about 5 key witnesses have either been killed mysteriously. So even us, ourselves, sometimes we live in fear. We live in fear because if you have a dissenting view, if you talk against the state, the very accused, the investigating officers or the state machinery targets you personally. And you can even see that as public in South Africans, we are now relying on News Central TV because you've been like allowing the voice that our South African media does not allow. That's how deep the rot in this case is. For me, I even when I talk, you'll realize that I don't not use allegedly because I talk from the point of fact. I analyze information, and I've got a lot of information that has proven that the state so far and the case is does not exist. It's unfair. The 5 accused persons are being framed for the crime that they did not do.
Wow. Njabulo, well, thank you so much for, joining us and giving us insight, and, we'll continue to follow up and see how this goes. Do you have anything else to add?
No, Njabulo, I just hope that you do keep safe out there with the information that you've given here. It paints a very scary picture of the instance surrounding this case and how long it has also taken. We do hope that it comes to a conclusion soon, and a justifiable one as well, where justice is served to all those who are implicated. Thank you very much, Njabulo, for being our guest here, and we'll continue to come to you for more information or analyses of the issue. Thank you.
Senzo Meyiwa. Thank you.
Thank you.